With me, I have 5 profitable businesses that you can start when you're working with 5,000 bob as your starting capital. My name is Maria. Let's get into our first business. The first business that I want us to talk about is thrift business. Thrift business, mostly when it's mentioned, a lot of people tend to think it's clothes thrifting. There are a lot of things that you can thrift. It's not only clothes that you can thrift. You can thrift shoes, you can thrift bags, you can thrift toys. There are a lot of things you can thrift, utensils. So there are a lot of things under thrift. And all these things that I'm mentioning, you're in a position to start when you have 5,000 bob. So if you want to venture into thrifting, you have to break down to what do I want to thrift? Do I want to thrift clothes? Do I want to thrift shoes? Do I want to thrift bags or utensils or toys? So let's assume you want to start thrifting clothes. You also need to break down to which clothes do I want to sell? Do I want to sell ladies? Do I want to sell for men? Do I want to sell for kids? Do I want to sell beddings? You need to break down depending on the area that you're going to start your business from. So one thing you need to ensure you know your target customers, and by knowing your target customer, you'll be in a position to know what you want to start with or what you want to thrift and sell. So you need to know where you'll be selling and who you'll be selling to. So you need to know if you're going to operate in estates or you're going to operate online and who is your target customers. With this, you'll be able to know what do I need to sell. So for example, you cannot start thrifting for utensils and go sell to students. They might buy, but they are not going to buy as much as they would buy clothes, maybe fancy tops, maybe fancy sundresses. So you need to first identify your target customers, who you're going to sell to, because before settling on what you're going to sell, this will help you. This will help you to break down to what you want to sell. So, like for example, if you're selling in estates, there are a lot of things that you can sell. You can sell the bed sheets, you can sell the utensils, you can thrift the utensils, you can thrift the toys, because these people around the estate, they have kids who needs to have toys. You need to know where you will be selling your thrifted product. You need to know your target customers before you settle on what you want to sell. But this is one of the most easiest businesses that you can start and have a good profit margin. Because let's assume you want to sell dresses. You can buy a dress at 200 bob, 300 bob, and you'll be able to sell this dress at 1,000 bob. Same case, you can buy a bed sheet at 300 bob, sell at 1,000 bob. You have your 700. Has a good profit margin. And also come up with a good strategy, and especially if you want to sell online. If you're selling online, you have to stand out. People need to trust you. So you need to have a strategy, do enough research depending on what you want to sell, where you want to sell, in your target customer. So a second business that you can start with 5,000 bob is selling accessories and earrings. Accessories and earrings, you can get them at a cheaper price from as low as 25 bob. And some of the areas that you get these things from, you can get them from Kamukunji, you can get them from Dubois. So you'll be able maybe to buy an earring for 25 bob when buying in wholesale, and the same earring you're in a position to sell them at 100 bob. You can do this online. You can buy the fancy ones, take good pictures of them, and you can be posting online. You can also be selling them on TikTok Live, where you go purchase them and go on TikTok Live, and you'll be in a position to sell to different customers. The other way, you can be selling maybe in a local market. On market days, you can maybe be going to those markets and sell these accessories and earrings from that place. The good thing with this business is it has affordable prices, and especially if you go sourcing for yourself, you can be in a position to bargain, and you're going to get good things at a cheaper price. So you'll be getting bangles, you'll be getting earrings from as low as 25 bob, and you can double, triple that price, and you'll be able to make a good profit from out of it. So the best places to go purchase the accessories and the earrings, Kamukonji and Dubois are one of the best places that you can get these accessories from. The other business that is on high demand and requires low capital as 5,000 is selling nightwear and selling innerwear. This is basically where you source for panties, you source for bras, bralettes, night dresses. For something like bras and bralettes and panties, you can source them. You can source the new ones from easily. You'll be able to get them at a wholesale price and sell them from your home. Maybe selling online. Maybe you can be selling this around estates. You can be hawking. So you need to identify where you'll be selling from, but it's a good business that you can venture into, require less capital, high on demand, and good profit margin. Another business that you can venture into is selling kienyeji eggs, and with 5,000 bob, you can easily venture into this business. Doesn't require much to start, and what you need to do is identify where you'll be getting your eggs from. With this, you can go to the villages, look for a farmer who is farming the kienyeji chickens, and you can get the eggs from him or her. And getting these eggs from the village has the advantage of you'll be able to get them at a good price, and you can come back with them to the city, sell in estates, and you'll be able to make a good profit. This is a business that will keep growing over time. You will find that with time you're required to buy more trays, because your customer base will keep on growing with time. All you need to do is have a strategy on how you'll be selling and where you'll be selling, and also you can set your price to be favorable as you start in order to attract more customers. Maybe let's assume the kienyeji egg is going at 20 bob. You can maybe sell yours at 18 bob, 17 bob in order to first attract more customers, but also ensure that you're making profits. So you can do this by first bargaining when buying from the customers. So you will also be in a position to sell at a good price when you come back to the city. So have a good strategy, but with this business, you can be able to make good profit because people take ads on a daily basis. Business you can start with as less as 5,000 is selling toys and storybooks. This is a good business that you can venture into because parents tend to spend a lot of money on their kids, and kids will always be attracted to toys. They will always be attracted to storybooks. So both the toys and storybook puts you in a good position where if they are on holiday, they can purchase the toys. If they are going back to school, they can purchase the storybook. So this is a good business that you can venture into. It requires less money to start. You just need to identify an area where you have a lot of kids, maybe around estates, because kids will always be attracted to toys and their parents will always be ready to spend on their kids. So you can maybe thrift these toys in order to have a good profit margin. With thrifting toys, you can get some good toys at a lower price comparing to getting new ones. So you can be thrifting these toys, go to estates. You can also be thrifting the storybook, go around estates, and you'll find so many parents will be ready to buy for their kids. The advantage of selling the toys in a storybook, you have a lot of places you can sell. You can sell in parks on Sundays where kids do play. So you'll find the parents can buy for them, and you can even sell after church and you can also sell after church. You can sell near schools. You can sell near estates. There are a lot of places that you can sell these toys and storybook at. You need just to identify an area where you have kids, and you'll find once the kids is attracted to the toy, the parents will be willing to buy for them. So it's a good business that you can venture into. Requires less capital to start, and you'll be guaranteed to make profit. You just need to ensure that you're selecting the right storybook, and also you're selecting the right toys and toys that kids will be attracted to. Once you do that, you'll be in a position to make money out of this, and you'll have a profit margin. And you'll have a good profit margin. All you need to do, I can advise to start with the thrifted one instead of going to the new ones because we are working with 5,000 budget. Some of the areas that you can get the thrifted toys in the storybook is Gikomba. There's an area in Gikomba where you get these toys, and the advantage is they get to like weigh them in kilograms. So you can find a lot of good toys with less amount of money, and you can have a good stock to start with. So go source from Gikomba, the thrifted ones. You'll be able to get some quality toys and a good storybook. The last business that you can start with the 5,000 is selling pillowcases and bed sheets. I would advise you start with the thrifted ones. You can thrift them from toy market, or you can thrift them from Gikomba. Especially if you get the white ones, you can be in a position to sell them to Airbnbs. You can be in a position to sell them to hotels. So you'll find to hotels and Airbnbs, they can be buying them in bulk. Also, you can be selling around estates because you'll find maybe in a certain homestead they'll need five of them. Another homestead they'll need maybe three of them. You'll purchase them together with pillowcases. So this is a good business that you can venture into. Start selling the thrifted pillowcases and the thrifted bed sheets. It was all about that video. I hope you got to enjoy the video. Let me know which business you'd be willing to start and which I missed out. We can discuss them on our part 2. Thank you so much. I hope you got to enjoy the video. If you do such content, kindly consider subscribing, leaving a like and a comment. Until the next one, bye bye.